Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. I am your host, Connor from Crypto Empire, and we have a Friday night special for you tonight. We do have a live stream where I'm going to be going over the entire crypto market, as well as a ton of altcoins and all relevant news right now because a ton is happening. It's really crazy what's happening, especially on Twitter at the current moment in time. If you follow Elon Musk, I'm sure you're aware of everything happening right now. Love to see it, by the way. But anyways, let's get right into this live stream. I do want to welcome everybody to the stream right now. Thank you for tuning in, whether it's Friday night, afternoon, or maybe you're on the other side of the planet right now and you're watching in the morning. Thank you for taking some time out of your day to be here with me right here, right now. Let's get started with our crypto market overview. And then we're going to hop into the charts and really get into a ton of technical analysis. So taking a look at the overall market as it stands, Bitcoin trading just above $17,000, and we have Ethereum at $12.87. Big shout out to David W in the live chat saying, "What up, Doe?" Shout out to Ghost with the smiley faces, and we also have W Wallace from Brooklyn in the house saying to smash up that like button. If you guys could, please smash up that like button, help support the channel. That would mean a lot, so smash up that like button right now. Appreciate all your support, but good to see you guys here in the live chat. So Bitcoin trading just above 17K and Ethereum above $1,280. That is a huge level for ETH. And if we are to see any kind of push up higher, it's very important that Bitcoin holds 17K as support and ETH does hold 1280. I'll be showing you that exactly what I'm thinking when we go to the technical analysis section of this live stream. Top 10 unchanged. Litecoin, though, at number 14 is very impressive. Something to definitely keep an eye on here. Litecoin, before the FTX collapse, was high 20s, low 30s in the market cap. Jumped all the way up to the top 15, and it's holding its ground up here. So Litecoin, I don't think that the bear market is over yet. I think we will have another leg lower. But Litecoin, I'm definitely looking to accumulate a nice, add more to, and make my bag nice and heftier than it already is. Because Litecoin, listen, Litecoin sub 60, around $50. That is an absolute steal. I think Litecoin is going to be a great performer next bull market, especially as a proof of work cryptocurrency. AVAX also pumping big today. AVAX had some big news. We can see here that they actually went ahead and introduced Alibaba Cloud into their blockchain, and we are seeing a nice AVAX rally as a result of that today. Let's take a look at today's top gainers and losers and then hop into Bitcoin. So looking at the top gainers of the day, a lot of Polkadot ecosystem projects are performing very well. We have Akala, one of the main parachains on Polkadot, up 42%. DOT itself is up around 3% or so. A lot of coins we've never heard of up here. We also have Moonbeam up 13%, and Moon River also had a decent day. So the Polkadot ecosystem performing well. And then if we look at the losers, really a bunch of coins that nobody's ever heard of for the losers. So everything really is following Bitcoin as it does stand. So let's get into that right now. By the way, shout out to Spaceboy and Kitty saying, "Good day from Australia. Thoughts on Bitcoin Cash, BCH? Thank you." We'll look at that in one moment, Spaceboy and Kitty. And we also have Riley Hall with us saying, "Good to have you, Connor. Any thoughts on Matic?" Well, we will be taking a look at these altcoins when we get to that section of the live stream. Let's start out with our Bitcoin technical analysis. So looking at BTC now on the 4-hour time frame, Bitcoin right now holding 17K, right? It's pretty clear. Not a lot has changed since my last update video, but it's pretty clear again what is still happening. We have our range. The main points really are 17K and the low down here at $15,850. And 15.8 obviously held as support down here, and we are at the 17K level. We are above $17,000, which as of right now is bullish. And you can see on my chart, we do have the range high supply zone starting at $17,500. This is where I do expect price to get to. We're going to see if we have a bullish weekend. I do think it's possible that crypto has a bullish Saturday. We see altcoins go ahead and have some momentum higher, and we also see Bitcoin tag at least 17,500. In order for that to happen, obviously $17,000 support needs to hold here. If we break down from this level, well, then we can go ahead and expect, first of all, 16,600 to get tagged first. If you guys recall, with my Sunday weekly live stream. It's already Friday, which is crazy, but on my Sunday weekly live stream, the price of Bitcoin was trading just underneath this level at 16,600. On Monday to start the week, we had a quick sweep of the lows, stop out some longs, and then we pump right up to 17K. So if we do break down, the level we want to see hold that support is 16.6. Below that, you would expect these lower levels to get tested. But momentum right now is to the upside. Things are looking bullish. I want to show you this clean chart on the weekly for Bitcoin. Now, let's get an even cleaner one. This one works. So if we look at Bitcoin here on the weekly time frame, we're clearly in a very strong downtrend still, going all the way back to the all-time high over 1 year ago in November of 2021. And if you look at how the chart looks currently, it does look eerily similar to what did occur over here back in May during the first initial crypto contagion when Luna did collapse. We had a super steep leg down for around 3 weeks. We chopped around, we consolidated, and then we had another big capitulation down lower with some more collateral damage from the collapse of Luna. So if you look at where we are currently to this fractal back here in May, it is quite similar. And notice back here in May, we did go ahead and we had some nice wicks up higher before that nuke down lower. So a test of 17,500, possibly even 18K, that would give us those wicks on the chart. And like I said, I still am leaning bearish on the market overall, but as of right now in the immediate short term, things do look bullish. So if we do get these wicks up to 17.5, 18K, that would look eerily similar to back here in May before the next nuke down to around $14,000 to $12,000 on Bitcoin. Still think that will happen. Trend has not changed on the macro at all. Things are still very bearish. The Federal Reserve is still raising interest rates. Yeah, they might raise it 50 basis points instead of 75 basis points, but guess what? That still means they're raising interest rates, still means it's getting more and more expensive to borrow, and we're still in a recession over here throughout the entire world. So really no reason to start thinking that the bear market is over, but in the immediate short term, yes, we could see a little upside to around the 17,500 to around the $18,000 levels. Now, let's also take a look at the dollar, the Dixie. Dollar showing a lot of weakness right now. Just broke the 105 level on the weekly. All right, so really the dollar is not performing well at all. And typically when we have these conditions, when the dollar is falling like this, we see stocks rally. We also see crypto rally in tandem. As a inverse asset to the dollar, you would expect crypto to be bullish when the dollar is falling this much. And we are up slightly in crypto, but really it's nothing extraordinary compared to something like the stock market here, right, where it's been on a pretty strong rally. So we're going to see how the correlation will continue to play out with crypto, with the stock market, and with the dollar. Alameda Research was one of the biggest traders of Bitcoin in the entire world. They were a major market maker. Now they're out of business, obviously, since they stole everybody's money. And by the way, they're still not getting, no repercussion at all for that. Completely absurd. But since they're out of business now, they're not necessarily moving the size of Bitcoin, and they're not moving the market the way it has, which my speculation is why we're not seeing this correlation in such high effect nowadays. We're going to continue to monitor this because this is in the very early stages of my speculation, so we need to keep an eye on it and see how it does develop. But regardless, stocks are up, the dollar is down, and again, if we go back to a Bitcoin weekly price chart, it's really not as impressive as stocks right now with the dollar falling so hard. So we do need to keep an eye on that correlation. Let's also go ahead, by the way, shout out to Rigoberto Chavez Jr. with us in the live chat right now saying, Connor, what's up? Connor, is the market still bearish? I'm going to go with yes. Well, Rigo, I hope that my little segment here on Bitcoin just answered your question on whether or not we're still in a bear market. Yes, the market is still bearish, but here in the immediate short term, we could expect 17.5 and possibly even 18K. Sniff saying, I think we're getting to the point where Bitcoin and only Bitcoin will succeed. I understand where you are coming from with that statement, Sniff. The way that everything looks, the way that all these things are unraveling, just makes me more and more bullish on Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is the king. It always has been the king. And all these events, all these Ponzi schemes getting exposed, FTX, all these DeFi protocols stealing people's money, hacks left and right. By the way, Anchor Protocol, ANKR did just get hacked today. So another one, we can take a look here. CZ saying that a possible hack on Anchor and Hey, initial analysis developer, yada, 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 $3 million. I saw $5 million somewhere else. So just millions and millions and billions of dollars getting hacked from DeFi over the past 2 years. FTX stealing $10 billion plus of normal people's money. Yeah, right? Why wouldn't we just go with Bitcoin at this point? We know our money is safe there. We know nobody else can touch it. So all these events for sure make me more bullish on Bitcoin and Bitcoin itself. So I agree with you there, Sniff. Big shout out to Woody saying Friday night show. Great to see. Hope you're enjoying it so far. Woody, if you haven't already, smash up that like button right now. Cambo Zone saying, what do you think overall view market this week? Cambo, I just covered a lot of that. If you missed it, if you just joined in right now, I recommend you rewind the live stream slightly. But I want to cover Ethereum right now. So ETH is, in my opinion, it's been trading better than Bitcoin. It's been cleaner to chart, easier to see what's going on. So if we look at ETH here, clean up some of these lines very quickly. If we look on ETH, we are above 1271, this solid yellow line here. And if we look to the left, when we had that first crypto contagion, when Luna collapsed earlier in the year, and ETH went all the way down to sub $900, multiple times this level held as resistance over here at 1250 up to around 1280. All right, this is a major point of control on the chart when it comes to Ethereum. And as of right now, ETH is above 1280, which again is very bullish. If it can continue to hold 1280, then I do think we at least get the push up to 1330 up here, this red resistance level, and then possibly even 1350 to around 1400. But let's not count our chickens before they hatch. We need to take this one level at a time. Back to what I was saying, ETH cleaner to chart than Bitcoin right now. Very obvious what's happening, right? We have the level over here from 1250 to 1280. Previous major resistance when ETH first collapsed this year. We had that strong rally all the way back up to near or over the 2K level. Where did we crash to? Right back to that level at 1250. That same support resistance flip that we initially used as resistance. Then we have a nice push off from that level. We collapsed through 1280 when FTX collapsed. And where are we again? Right back to the point of control on the chart, right here. Okay, so as of right now, we're bullish. Reason we're bullish, if I drop this down to the 4-hour time frame, we're above 1280, we're above 1271, we're above these levels. Notice this trend line here, marking some possible bearish divergence. If we look at our RSI here, kind of invalidated. The reason I have this on my chart, by the way, the reason it's invalidated is if you look, the RSI actually went ahead and got higher on the second push up. Usually with bearish divergence, we want to see the chart making higher highs, but the RSI making lower highs, marking a loss of momentum, meaning that a possible drop in price is coming. That's a good short entry signal. It's not on the chart right now. I put this line on the chart last night because I was expecting today that we would get this 1330 to 1350 tag, which would complete the final part of the bearish divergence, and then we get a nice sell-off. But as of right now, we don't have bearish divergence, and we have not tested at least 1330 yet. So I'm still leaning towards the bullish side as long as price can hold support up here. But if we lose it, every bullish thing I say this live stream is off the table. All right, I'll repeat that again. If ETH loses 1280 and it drops below 1271, and we start to close below these levels on the 1-hour time frame, the 4-hour time frame, every bullish thing I say this live stream is off the table. All right, so that should be very clear. But as of right now, yes, in the short term, I am leaning bullish. Let's see. Sniff is saying there's an occult relationship between Bitcoin and the number 13. It was established on January 3rd, 1-3, and the B in its logo is actually 1-3. I think it's something to do with Kabbalah. Interesting. Sniff, you're always bringing the esoteric knowledge to the stream. Certainly wouldn't surprise me. I've heard a lot of theories in regards to Bitcoin, especially with the Satoshi Nakamoto, meaning central intelligence, that kind of thing. who knows what's going to happen? Who knows if all that is true? Right? We live in a crazy timeline of events right now in the world, and at this point, nothing would surprise me. Really. Anyway, that's Ethereum here. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the requested altcoins, and then we'll continue on with the live stream. First one, Bitcoin Cash. So if we look at Bitcoin Cash here on the 4-hour time frame, this is bullish. Reason why it's bullish should be pretty clear. Everybody who is a regular viewer here at Crypto Empire should know my style of technical analysis. I'm a supply and demand zone trader, price action trader. So with all of my supply and demand levels, the top of the zone and the bottom of the zone are key support resistance levels basically. And here on Bitcoin Cash, pretty clear. Let's go to a daily so we can get a better picture. Here on BCH, what we went ahead and did was we broke the top of this green zone, went ahead and tagged this red supply zone. Then what happened, came back to demand, but we're putting in higher lows, and we're also holding this level here at 108 to 110 as support. So Bitcoin Cash is bullish. Also, if you guys notice, this is the descending wedge, descending triangle that I've had on my chart for some time here. And this, I took this breakout long before FTX collapsed, closed it right at 125, $125. Then FTX fell off of a cliff. Bitcoin Cash dropped down to $87. But it was a strong recovery from BCH. Got back above the descending triangle lines and is now holding support higher. All right, we just have to take out this high from the FTX collapse, this little supply level at $125, and I think we can start to push up to 135, 150, possibly 168, but it's a bit of a stretch from here unless we go on really a crazy face-ripping rally, which I don't see happening. Really, I'm expecting ETH to go to 1330, Bitcoin to 17.5, then have a pretty steep pullback from that level. But Bitcoin Cash here, if we do get this next up thrust, watch for this level at $125 to get tested. If we can actually flip that, then we go to 135. But chart is bullish right now. We're holding above support, reclaimed, reestablished support here, and yeah, things are looking decent with BCH. And let's also take a look at Matic, another one requested here. White Jazz with us saying that the like has been smashed. Good to see you, White Jazz. Appreciate you smashing up that like button. We also have All Day Dre in the building saying, yo fam, late night stream, let's go. Absolutely. Absolutely late night stream, let's get it. We got Michael DGI Manor saying, Connor, what are your thoughts on Osmosis, Juno, Jasmine, Arcblock, Oasis Rose, Sologenic, Hex? Do you think these will still perform well next bull run? Which of these projects are you bullish on? Well, I like the Cosmos ecosystem coins like Osmosis and Juno. I like Oasis Rose. Hex, not my favorite. And the other ones, Jasmine, not a buy for me. Sologenic, never heard of. An Arcblock, also don't know anything about. So I hope that answers your question well, Michael. And Tintin with us as well, asking what is up with Oasis Rose. We'll take a look at that after Matic. So Matic Network on the daily time frame, chopping around in the range. Had a good start to the week, right up to 95 cents. From there, we are trying to get above the resistance level. Everybody's eyes should be right here on the screen. Follow the arrow. So we're trying to get above this level here on Matic. Potential bull flag in play. If we go back to the old school TA with our chart patterns, right? We have our flag pull in. We have the sideways consolidation right underneath resistance with decreasing volume, which is what we want to see, right? And then we look for the next flag pull out. Started to kind of break out here today, but if we clone this flag pull on Matic, it would take us around $1.07. So it does make sense if we get that next extension of the bull flag, the next flag pull higher. But this is a major resistance level at 94 cents. Same thing with really everything is at resistance, trying to pop it. go for a little pop, push up higher before that next big rejection. But Matic, clear resistance up here from $1 to around 105. All right, so if we do get that next extension higher with our bull flag, it would take us to the top of this red supply area. And then from there, if you're long, I would recommend to take profits towards those levels. But if you look at what happened and what this kind of what started this breakout, pretty nice inverse head and shoulders played out, and we had the trend line break. Whoops, didn't want to go full screen there. And if we go off of this inverse head and shoulders to the neckline, what our measure move price target would be, that would take us right to the start of the supply zone at $1.99. All right, so if Matic is to push up higher here, right, a little retest of the breakout and then a push higher, your target is this red supply zone on the chart. Simple. And then if things actually go south here, which again, I'm leaning on the bullish side in the immediate short term. But like I said, if ETH loses 1280, Bitcoin loses 17K, every bullish thing I say this live stream is off the table. Bullish thesis would then be invalidated. But if we do lose those levels and we start to close beneath 91 cents, then you can expect Matic to come back down here around 85 to 83 cents. But that's Matic Network right here. And real quick, so all the way back in March of this year, March 2022, I had somebody reach out to me from this company called LuxAlgo. They make trading view indicators, and they're paid indicators, and they wanted me to be an affiliate with them, and I would make money if I told you guys about the indicators. Long story short, I told them no at the time, but they still gave me full access. And I just realized a few days ago that I still have these indicators here. They cost like $500 for the year. Not at all saying you should go and buy them. I'm still reviewing them myself, and I don't even have an affiliate link. Like I said, they just gave it to me, and I realized I have it. So anyway, I'm starting to kind of use these a little bit because they just confirm my bias, right? I'm just using them as an extra odds enhancer. So regardless, real quick how this works. There's three types of candles. There's going to be green, there's going to be red, and there's going to be purple. All right, very simple. If the candles are red and they start turning purple, we look for a possible trend flip to green. If the candles are green and they start turning purple, we look for a possible trend switch to red. That's all it is. This is a lagging indicator, so your basic price action is going to show you this before these indicators do. If you have divergence on the chart, the indicator is going to pick it up late. So if you rely solely on these types of indicators, I think you're not going to be kind of crazy successful, right? Because they're lagging. But if you use them as an extra confirmation, they could be quite helpful. But the reason I bring it up here now is on the 4 hour here on Matic, we have, and by the way, this line in the middle is the trend line. So when it's red, we're in a downtrend. When it's green, we're in an uptrend. As of right now, everything is green, which is why I'm also leaning kind of towards the bullish side for one last push up higher. But if you guys see me use these indicators, that's what they are. Again, I don't even have an affiliate link, right? They just literally gave them to me. And I just realized after months that I still have them. So if you see me use them during the stream, that's what that is. Hope that makes sense. Let's see. Tintin asking for Oasis and is that Shiden? SHD? Shade Protocol, okay. What is Shiden's ticker? SDN, okay. Got it. This is listed on no DEX is interesting. That was a Polkadot parachain, by the way. Let's go ahead and take a look at Oasis here. A lot of questions coming in. We'll get to all of these. Shout out to Mr. Sellers Homes saying hello, hello. What's up, Mr. Sellers Homes? Hope you're well. All right, let's take a look at Rose. Go over the TA there. see what's happening in the charts. Rose, interesting possible range breakout on the table here. Tintin saying there was some bullish news. So Rose is a good coin, right? They got a strong layer 1 blockchain going on over there, some privacy stuff. So all in all, I like Rose. And if we look at this chart, let's go to a daily to start things off. If we look at this chart, we were at 7.2 cents before FTX collapsed. And then we took a free dive off a cliff and came all the way down to 4.2 cents. So that's a pretty steep loss of value right there. What is that? 41, almost 42%. So it makes sense if we get a little bit of recovery here before just, nuking down to the final last leg down in the bear market. So Rose is at the top of its range and also tried to break a trend line on yesterday's daily candle. Let me see if you guys can see this. Now you can't see the bottom of my screen, but 3 hours ago this daily candle formed. This little red speck on the chart. Okay, so really today we tried to break above, but our daily candle here is this little red speck. But Rose, a lot of altcoins are showing strength and a lot look like Rose right now. One that looks exactly like this is Elron, EGLD. I'm actually long Elron right now. Very similar to Rose, where it fell off of a cliff. Fell off of a cliff when FTX collapsed. It's been chopping around here since. Now trying to get back above some trend lines and at least test some resistance levels. So Elrond and Rose are very similar right now. If we go back to Rose. Yeah, I mean, what really needs to be said? To me, this is bullish. Because I do expect ETH and BTC to have one little push up higher here. We can say, without 100% certainty, but we can say that, Rose wants to go ahead and break this trend line and go test some levels. We have this one at 5 cents. We also have this level at 5.4 cents. It looks like he wants to get tested up here too. And that coincides very well with our initial contagion earlier in the year. This level at 5.4 cents was a major resistance level when price first crashed in the bear market. So something like this, let me know if you guys like my drawings, but something like this is in the cards here for Rose, where we at least get up and test 5.4, kiss off this resistance. If we get rejected there, then that next final leg of the bear market will commence. But again, in the immediate short term, this looks pretty good to me. I'm not sure what the recent news was with Rose, but didn't really pump at all from it. Still chopping around here in the range. And again, if it fails to break this resistance, I would just expect more chopping around for a while, right? It's really possible that the whole entire market just stays extremely boring for more than we are expecting. That makes a lot of sense. Really, crypto is dead. It's completely dead for the time being. Builders are still building. I'm still making videos. A ton of people are still making videos. But the mainstream consensus right now for crypto is just not there at all. Nobody really cares. So, yeah, we're not going to see retail money really flood into this market most likely until that next Bitcoin halving in 2024. This is a cyclical market, and the 4-year cycle of Bitcoin halvings will continue to rage on. And that would be when I expect more retail money to flow in. But as of right now, that's non-existent. It's just us diehards who absolutely love it, who stick around. But that's Rose. Things are looking pretty good for a little pump to 5.4. And we will also take a look at SHD. What was this again? Shade protocol. So this is on the secret network. So if we look at this chart, this isn't listed on any main exchanges. It's only on the decentralized exchanges on the secret network. So we can't really chart it too well. But I can do this. And I can draw on this. Like so. So what do we have? Just a huge basing, bottoming out here on shade. This can go on, like I said, for longer than most people expect. Doesn't really look like it's picking up, but this thing's pretty much dead as of right now. Really not a lot to discuss. Very quiet, low volume. Look at this. Trading or CoinGecko shows you volume. Look at the volume over here in the bull market. Look at the volume now. There is none. So I'm pretty sure this is also the, is this the algorithmic stablecoin protocol, or is that Silk? It's probably this. Anyways, Shade protocol not doing anything. All I see is crickets when I look at that chart. Sniff saying he's bullish on Osmo. Yeah, Osmosis is a very strong protocol. You got Sonny running the show over there. He knows what he's doing. So yeah, I'm bullish on Osmosis as well. Tintin in agreement. Let's take a look at Band protocol. So Band had a nice little pump this week. Has since retraced from there. So if you guys recall, Band, it was in this massive descending wedge. We were talking about it here on Crypto Empire, and the breakout that we lined up happened exactly as predicted. Exactly as predicted. And then what happened? We sold off rapidly when FTX collapsed, but we reclaimed some levels pretty quickly, right? A crazy bounce. Let's take a measurement of this bounce. 114% in 2 days. Band protocol bounced. Now if we look at what happened here, if you go back and watch my videos talking about this descending wedge breakout, the profit target really was at $1.88. So here on Band, today's daily candle, or 2 days ago actually, my mistake, we had a nice up thrust from that level. If you look at what happened, pretty clean ascending pennant. Right, price action accumulating up higher, continuous higher lows with our horizontal resistance level. We pop it and we run. All right, now I wouldn't necessarily look to touch Band. Some people might think, oh, it's bull flagging right now. It's possible it's bull flagging or printing a descending wedge on the lower time frames and possibly breaking out of it right now. But very high risk trade here on Band. So you guys will see here on this thing, again, just to kind of show you how this works. When the candles are red and they start turning green, that's when we look for possible buys, right? That's just kind of an indicator to look for a possible trend flip. And over here, it printed a strong buy signal before it broke out. Right, it basically just flipped the resistance level and pumped. So interesting to see how this I mean, it works good, right? I'm glad I realized that I had access to it. Didn't have to pay for it. But yeah, this thing is pretty solid, not gonna lie. But Band right now could pop out of this descending wedge back up to around 260, make a double top. Probably use the 78.6 or the 88.6. But I wouldn't necessarily look to trade this asset actively right now. But look for a double top here if it does actually want to break out from this little descending wedge on the 4-hour time frame. It's a no trade for me currently. Aptos, this Ponzi, basically another Ponzi scheme, Aptos. The ex-Facebook developers went ahead and created this thing. Tokenomics are horrible. All the pre-sale, the pre-sale investors got the large majority of the tokens here. So there's a huge amount of this token to be unlocked over time. But this thing was pumping today. I would never buy this and add it to my portfolio, but I have traded it successfully in the past. For example, I shorted it up here. My entry was around 460 here. And I caught this little dump. Sorry, it was a long time ago now. It was actually over here at 460, right? Caught this dump down. Haven't traded it since, but that was a solid trade there, right? We caught like a 20% move in the Discord. But if we look at what's happening here, we just popped above the range high at $4.90. Now, the real range high is around 545, but this was a significant resistance level that price did break out above today. But here at 520 to 545, I wouldn't expect too much past that. We also have this trend line, right, going to the all-time high when it first launched, coming into play in this area. So if you're long right now, don't expect too much more upside. In this red supply zone, I would exit. I would take profit and move on. I know some Discord members are long on APT right now. Just my 2 cents. Let's see, Tintin saying, Connor, any thoughts on Cardia Chain, Edgeware, Microcap Polka, Smart Contract Project, please? Tintin, unfortunately, I haven't done research on the project, so I can't really give you my thoughts on it. This thing is ranked 610. And then, what was the other one? Edgeware? Yeah, I don't know anything about Cardia. Edgeware, even smaller, market cap of $3.9 million, up 2% on the day. But again, I can't really offer you my 2 cents on this thing because I don't know what it is or what it does. Another smart contract platform. See what's happening in this ecosystem. All right, they got some notable names on there. Got to dig into it myself. But yeah, I can't give you my 2 cents on that. White Jazz saying, Connor, have you heard of BitSensor, Tau? Proof of work, neural AI network, exact tokenomics of Bitcoin in development for 7 years. Parachain next month. Can only buy over the counter at the moment. It's a unicorn. No, I haven't heard of this one. I do have my own kind of unicorn proof of work pick that I can't share with you on stream. And this thing doesn't even pop up in CoinGecko, White Jazz. Let's check out CoinMarketCap for you. Yeah, I don't know. Can't give you my 2 cents on that one either. Let's go ahead and move on. Rico asking about Wax. Let's chart it. Start on the daily. All right, something a little interesting is happening here. A little interesting. A very steep descending wedge is forming here on the daily time frame. This does perk my interest a little bit based on how this chart looks, because if we dig a little bit further, it fell off of a cliff when Sam Bankman-Fried stole everybody's money, but before that event happened and this thing fell off of the cliff, if you notice, it was, first of all, it was testing this trendline resistance, but also it had a double bottom. A very obvious double bottom. So this thing looked like, the whole market looked very good before FTX collapsed. But everything took a huge hit and has been trying to recover. But this thing looked super good before that happened. All right, so that's a little bit of something to establish. Double bottom, but was it invalidated? And now if we look at what's happening, we have this. Little ascending pennant on the charts here, right, where we have price just accumulating higher highs, higher lows. Mainly what we're looking for is the higher lows. We have that, holding this trend line and our horizontal level. Okay, so typically what we expect probability wise is for price to break out above the horizontal resistance, and we should on that breakout get a test of this 7.5 cent level, the previous low, right? And also notice the sweep of this wick here sweeping the lows. Another super interesting thing to point out here in this chart. This chart looks super bullish before FTX collapsed. It looks really good. Clean sweep of the lows, double bottom. Looked to send it, but got rejected. So it would make sense to see a test of 7.5 cents here on Wax. Wax was a monster last bull run. I think it went over 100x, well over. Out of curiosity, pretty interesting here. Look, this thing isn't 100% reliable, but was in a strong downtrend. This is the daily time frame, so it has some more significance. Also put in a buy signal when FTX collapsed, but strong red trend. Candles are now turning purple here. So this is on breakout watch for sure. On the 4 hour. A little bit of when everything's in a range like this, these indicators are pretty much trash. But yeah, this thing clearly oscillating in this ascending pennant. But daily time frame is definitely bullish. So let's look for this to hold some support. Hold this trend line and then look for a snap of 6.2 cents to confirm the breakout on Wax. But that one does look decent. We got BK with us saying, hey, just stopping by. Hope he didn't get wrecked with FTX. Well, BK, thank you. I did not get wrecked with FTX. I never used the exchange, except for the one time where I made a tutorial video on how to use FTX US. Literally the only time I ever used it. But yeah, I held no money on it. I didn't lose any money from it. So all is well, but I appreciate you looking out. Cambo Zone. Nelson saying, thoughts on centralized networks like Cosmos versus decentralized networks like Bitcoin and Kadena. Not a Bitcoin maximalist, but can see the danger of few validators controlling 70 to 90% of the networks. Yeah, good question, Nelson. So compared to some other networks, Cosmos is relatively decentralized. If you look at things like Ethereum, Solana, right, that's what I would call centralized. Cosmos I would not put in that category with those. I'm not sure on the exact percentage of validators being run, but yeah, Cosmos I would say is more decentralized than Ethereum, Solana, and like the main proof of stake networks that are heavily controlled nowadays. I mean, real quick, I don't want to go on a rant, but thoughts. I hate that question. Thoughts on this, thoughts on that, thoughts. I need a specific question, all right? So, Nelson, I appreciate you in the live stream, but when you just say thoughts on, I need more than that, man. Like, it's a super broad question. I don't know what you want me to do with it, right? And that goes for everybody else watching right now, all 25 of you. Don't put thoughts on in the chat, all right? I want a specific question and not thoughts. Nothing against you personally, Nelson. Just had to get that off my chest. Mr. Sellers Home saying, chill it out, get it in sync with the market. Good time to do that right now. Sniff, after this next bull run, I'll take profits. Sniff, you are funny, man. Thoughts on thoughts. Haram. All right, let's see. Shade Protocol. Emod is long OP right now. OP has been rallying, trading nicely. Looking at OP, everybody's kind of into this right now because of their second airdrop. Pretty obvious strong uptrend happening. Was in this supply zone, trying to pop it. And then we got rejected right at supply, coming to take another stab at it. So, yeah, I like OP for a little quick scalp here. Not a lot left, though, on the table. Maybe it gets to 120 before a steeper pullback. Let's see. See what these charts are telling us. Yeah, I would be careful. I wouldn't be long. Maybe it goes a little bit higher, but even on the 4-hour here, you got bearish divergence forming. So this looks like it is ready for a little pullback, and even more apparent on the lower time frames. So I would be careful longing this. I would definitely not advise to enter right now. A short is what this chart is saying. But then again, maybe you get one little spike up again to make this divergence, a little bit stronger before just a nuke. But yeah, I would look for short signals here. On OP. Be really good if we got to 120 to short it, because then we have a much better risk reward than just kind of entering here. If we entered right here, what you would do is you would put your stop right above these high wicks, and then you would look to take this Yeah, that looks pretty good at around 95 cents. A dollar is going to be strong support. Always is. Whenever you have the large psychological round numbers, like a dollar, 75 cents, 50 cents, 25 cents, they're always going to kind of hold as a support level on the chart. So maybe you target a dollar, but that's a 1.5 to 1, 1.47 to 1 risk reward. Not the greatest. But yeah, I would be short that. Young Chai saying, glad to find another channel that knows what they're talking about. Appreciate that, Young Chai. Thank you for your support. Welcome to Crypto Empire. This is where we dominate the market. Hit that subscribe button. Stick around a little bit. But good to see you here in the live chat. Welcome to Crypto Empire. So Tintin says Shade Protocol is his 500x pick with Comdex, another Cosmos ecosystem project. Why is CoinGecko doing this to me? So you got Shade there, and you also got CMDX. Now I picked up the CMDX airdrop many months back because I provide liquidity on Osmosis. I stake Osmo and I stake Atom. But interesting, Tintin, this is your little 500x pick here, is it now? Again, looking at this chart, this is bear market vibes in full effect here. Nothing happening. No volume bars either. So down 98% from its all-time high. That's $6. Good thing I sold my airdrop. But yeah, interesting. This is anybody who doesn't know Tintin, been a very long time subscriber here at Crypto Empire. Always has very good information, very knowledgeable person. And this is his 500x pick for the next bull run. If you were looking for a little low cap, do your own research, not financial advice. Labradoodle saying, Connor, do you know about ANML? Think it may take off if Metaverse evolved. No, I don't know ANML. Oh, actually, I do. I do know this one. The reason I know it is because my homie Francis from the Crypto Lifestyle. Anybody who just saw what I typed in there, that's pretty funny. Anyway, yeah, Francis from the Crypto Lifestyle got us access to this pre-sale. If you were a Metapolitans NFT holder, you got access to it. Could be super low cap right now. Only on, all right, it's on some exchanges. That's good to see. Only on exchanges. Yeah, it could do very well if the metaverse takes off. They got Snoop Dogg and Alicia Keys and Bobby Ray Cyrus on their website. Where's the buy button? Oh, look at this. How to buy. Well, they make it very easy, don't they? They make it super easy. Anyway, yeah, this thing could do well. Low cap. Nobody knows about it. Do your own research right now, though. Alice saying, any NFT games you're into or playing? There is one. It was on Terra Luna. They migrated to Polygon Matic. And that is Department 77. Still play Department 77. If we go check out One Planet, migrated from Terra as well. And we go to their collections. Derby Stars I'll be playing. I spent like thousands of dollars on horses when Luna was still live. So you know I'm going to be playing that. But where the heck are these NFTs? Let's see if we can find this. These guys here. Now I can't show you what I have because it's on my other computer. But yeah, this is like kind of the only NFT game that I am paying attention to right now. Probably should be paying attention to some other ones, but we'll see what happens with this. Just super easy to play. Oh yeah, let's go to Twitter Wisdom real quick. So if we look at the Twitter wisdom for today, we got Safadine Amus, one of the OG Bitcoiners, talking about the corruption, the clear corruption that is happening now in the crypto industry with our guy Sam Bankman-Fried. Getting off the hook unscathed. No penalties, no nothing. Not even a slap on the wrist. Just being praised. We live in a clown world, if you didn't notice. But yeah, here we got we got Maxine Waters. I believe she's a U.S. senator. She's going to be in charge of the court hearing, the criminal court hearing for Sam Bankman-Fried. And she went ahead and tweeted. By the way, Sam has been in Twitter Spaces. I can't even watch it. All right, it's just complete nonsense. It's literally garbage they're putting out there. But Maxine saying, we appreciate that you've been candid in your discussions about what happened at FTX. He's been lying through his teeth the whole time. Your willingness to talk to the public will help the company's customers, investors, and others. To that end, we would welcome your participation in our hearing on the 13th. I mean, it's really just a complete joke. He's not going to go to jail, my prediction. And, yeah, we'll see what happens. I wouldn't even be surprised to see him make, like, another crypto company and have it supported by, like, the Clown World supporters. So, yeah, crazy what's happening over here in the crypto industry. And it doesn't look like it's going to get any better anytime soon. But all we can do is worry about ourselves and worry about what is in our control. And, of course, we're in crypto to make a lot of money and grow our wealth. So we'll let him go in and run his scams, and we'll focus on what we need to focus on and make the gains that we need to make. Moving on, Tintin saying Cosmos should go top 3 if they fix a few things. Shared security coming soon. Yeah, I agree. Cosmos on the top of my kind of shopping list too. I hope we get $5. I hope we get $5 again on Cosmos, $5 to $6. That would be an amazing entry. Sniff saying ETH proof of work was up like 23% yesterday. Good to know, Sniff. Thank you for that real-time update. Alice saying, can you apply TA to NFT charts effectively? I would say so. All technical analysis is measuring human emotions in the market. If you look at my wallet here, I got all my Optimism Quest NFTs. But let's go and switch over to ETH. So if you look at something like Valhalla, kind of like the new NFT collection they haven't revealed yet. I mean, this isn't really a good one. It's just active right now. Let's look at something else. Go to our highest volume collections, like the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Yeah, I mean, listen, TradingView and candlestick charts are much better. We don't even have a clean line chart here. This is basically just volume. But yeah, you can use your TA now. Let me step back. With NFTs, you can use your supply and demand trading knowledge very effectively, right? Because price levels are universal in the sense that when price gets too high, there's going to be a lack of demand. This is what we call a supply zone. These are retail prices, right? Only the fools, right? The fools pay retail prices. So when you buy it super high, you're buying in a supply zone. Usually there's not a lot of buyers up there. So price will go down to an area where there is demand again, where buyers will go ahead and step in. All right, so if you understand the basic concepts of supply and demand, if you've watched my videos about supply and demand trading, then yes, you can apply that knowledge to the NFT marketplace very effectively, right? Just like when a certain NFT collection, the floor price starts to drop, right? It will drop eventually to a level where there is demand again. Buyers will step in, push the price up higher. Okay, we'll get to a certain price where all the buyers will then again want to sell. Then it's going to go ping pong around, all right? So yeah, you can use supply and demand very effectively in the NFT marketplace. Hope that makes sense. Who asked me that? Was that Ala? Hope that makes sense, Ala. Glasshopper saying, just got back from crystal mining in Arkansas. Good times. I hope you enjoyed yourself, Glasshopper. Did you get any crystals when you were mining? Did you strike luck or what? Let us know in the live chat. Ahmad, he already scalped OP. Cool. He's also looking to sell exactly at that level. Interesting. I know Glasshopper plays Department 77. I know you just bought some Echoes on the Secret Network. And you got 2 modifieds, which is impressive. Did you mint these, Glasshopper? If so, you got super lucky on those mints. And look at that treasury you got there, 1.1 mil. Mine's at like 400K right now. So you are crushing it. Tintin saying that Comdex has the Harbor airdrop in 2 to 3 days. Cool, I gotta look into that. Ahmad, he thinks SBF is a young. Yeah, pretty much. Yep. I agree with you. Rigoberto's got a pizza and a live stream in his hands, having a great time this Friday. Enjoyed that pizza, Rigoberto. What kind of pizza is it? Pepperoni or pineapple? Let us know in the live chat. Metafighter 2. Yeah, Metafighter's a game for sure. I have not been keeping tabs on what's happening there. Cambo Zone, have a good weekend, sir. I do appreciate your TA. That is helpful. No problem, Cambo. Let's get back to the charts, guys. Let's get back to these charts and stop jabbering around. We've been going for an hour already, by the way, I just realized, which is insane. I feel like I started streaming like a minute ago. Would I go long on Chili's? I was looking at Chili's, and it's certainly interesting here. Certainly is interesting. Reason being, we do have some nice bullish divergence playing out on our 4-hour time frame. We already broke out from that. Anybody who's completely unaware what bullish divergence is, that's when we see price make lower lows on the chart, but higher highs on the RSI, indicating that the sellers are losing momentum, and we can expect a nice little bounce. And we did get that today, a strong bounce on Chili's. I missed this. I was kind of watching it. I expected this to happen, but I wasn't able to enter into a long. And my rule is that I never chase after price pumps. But yeah, Chili's right now, it broke a super big level, right? It broke resistance. We looked at a lot of charts today in the live stream where they had not broken the resistance level yet. Chili's broke it and is now pulling back. Volume super low on this retest. The daily candle just started, right? Still in the first 4 hours. But anyway, we're breaking out. Now we're retesting. So we want to see the retest hold. We really want to see that retest hold. And it would be nice if we held above 16.5. If we lose 16.5, we can start to call this a false breakout. Let's put a line exactly at that level. Yeah, if we lose 16.5, that would invalidate a long. But yeah, certainly looks pretty good for continuation higher, up here to around 18 to 20 cents between these levels is where I can see this going. World Cup is still going on. Chili's had a super nice rally into a double top. And this was only 6 days ago that we were up here at 27 cents. This whole entire week was a red week for Chili's. If you go look at the weekly candle, right? Major red week. And we do have some bullish divergence forming now, right? So could be time to flip it. Now, would I enter into a long here? It's tempting. It makes sense. I think it's a pretty decent time. Yeah, I do. How it would look. Looking at these wicks, to play it safe, you would want to put your stop below kind of the main part of these wicks. So that's less than 5%. First target would be up here at 18.4 cents. Last one at 19.9. And you got yourself a 4-to-1 trade. It looks pretty decent. Out of curiosity, let's see what our fancy indicators are saying here. Trend here on the 4 hour is red, but we do have some flipping, some early flipping signs. One hour is bullish. See where we pull back to. See where we pull back to on this. But yeah, I do lean towards the long side on CHZ. Makes sense to see that. Take it at 15.9. All right, interesting you say 15.9. That's exactly where I said to kind of put the stop. It's right at support. So yeah, this is support down here, which is why I said, you know, put the stop just below it. If we do get 15.9, that would be super good for a long. But the thing is, I'm not sure we get all the way down there, right? This thing already showed that it wants to break out. Got it, but we need to see what holds as support. But yeah, 15.9 would be an ideal entry point if we get it. But there's a pretty decent chance that it doesn't come all the way back down there. But if it does, yeah, that would be good. Tintin saying just subscribe to Twitter. Awesome, Tintin. Appreciate your support. Glasshopper saying, yes, got some great crystals. Good to hear that. Glad that the mining trip was a success and you didn't come back empty-handed, Glasshopper. Good to hear. AVAX today rallying from that news with Alibaba. Again, a lot of charts look like this here, where they didn't yet break their resistance. AVAX did break it. Now it needs to hold this level as support. If this holds as support, it's going to send some more. It's going to send higher. We got some action here at $14.80, $14.83. If I was long, this is where I would be looking as an initial target. But we need to see 13, really 13 hold. 13 is all the way down here. 12.98 if we're going to go by strictly the technicals, what the chart is saying, then $12.98, not $13. But we could come back down here. This would be a pretty decent long, and then we push up higher some more, above 14.50. But AVAX is certainly bullish here. Perked up, broke the range. Started this gray area holding as resistance. I want to zoom this into a little 15-minute chart. Yeah, 15-minute, showing obvious signs of a pullback here. Already played out. Well too late to enter into a short. right? You need to be on it at your computer watching these charts for this divergence to form to enter the short. Too late now, I would say. But certainly a pullback to around $13 would make sense here for AVAX. That would get me interested for a long. Up here at $13.47, not good enough for me. So I'm going to hold off. And like I was saying earlier, Elrond here looks very similar to a lot of the charts we've been looking at, where we have price accumulating higher, continuous higher lows, holding this trend line. And we have, let's go to a 3-day chart, just kind of get the whole picture here on EGLD. All right, we're at some pretty major trendline resistance going all the way back to February of 2021. Same line has been respected over the year and 9 months now, and it's now resistance. So if we look at the price action, either we pump or it's super uneventful. But I did manage to get a pretty decent entry on this around 43.35. So I'm just kind of sitting in this waiting for it to play out. Super boring day. At this point, I would have liked to see it break out already. May reevaluate it. But as of right now, I'm still in this. DOT also, I was sharing this in the Discord too. It did end up getting the breakout. Right, if we go back to November 30th over here, this was on Wednesday. I was talking about this DOT breakout here. Before it initially broke the trend line, this was actually on Tuesday. Lemon sparkling water for tonight's stream. So yeah, we've been watching this one for a while. Anyways, it broke the trend line. Next up was the top of the green zone here at 546. Popped above that today. So this is bullish, right? Started to move and came right to the first target here at 565. Rejected. Again, just to show you how to pick up on these rejections early. What do we have again? Bearish divergence on the 15-minute time frame. All right, you're going to see this. The more I show you, the more you're going to see it. I'll make a full video on how to trade divergences. But when you see the chart go like this, pull back and then make a higher high, always just draw that line, because it is a very high hit rate. So watch for a little pullback on DOT here in the short term. But a strong move today. We saw a lot of DOT ecosystem projects up double digits as well. So we were able to kind of chart that one ahead of time. It's not perfect though. A few more while we're still here. Everybody who's still with us, an hour and 15 minutes into the live stream. Now, if we look at Chainlink, Chainlink is one of the strongest charts in crypto currently. Chainlink was at the range high before, again, Sam Bankman-Fried stole everybody's money and is now getting away with it. But it was at the top of the range. And if we go to a weekly price chart, let's get rid of our drawings for a second. On our weekly time frame, we are down from the highs at $53 to current price, down 85%. To the lows, we were down 89%. Okay, so Link, the best utility crypto on the market, I would take Link over Quant. Quant is a banker coin, and I still think Link is going to perform very well. And I would, if I could only choose one Link or Quant in terms of the utility cryptos, I would go with Link. Down 85%, $7.50. Great prices. Notice what's happening here. Strong basing. And also, what did we have? We had a descending wedge. And what happened? This descending wedge goes back to the highs back here in November of 2021 when the price was $37. What happened? Price broke out, retested the wedge, started to push higher. Then the FTX collapse happened. And where did the price go to? Right back to retest the trend line. It held. And it's pushing up from there. So Link, probably the strongest chart in the entire crypto market right now. Let me check ETH. Is it still above 1280? ETH is still above 1280. Bitcoin is still above 17K. So the bullish thesis is still in play here. One last push up higher. But Link, the strongest chart in crypto, in my opinion. And this thing's trying to break some key levels. Main level here is at 775. I want to see where the monthly opened up. Where our monthly candle opened. So if we go to this candle here, our open was at $7.67.3. Let's put a little line right there and label it. What was this again? 767.3. Our monthly open. And let's make it a different color so we can easily identify it on the chart. Let's make it orange. So our monthly open on Link, 767.3 cents. So very simple. If we want to play the opens, we use these in our charts as kind of a trigger to enter into a trade. What we would look for is we would look for the price to take back the monthly open, and then that's our trigger basically. When we get back above that, we look for the push up higher towards $8. Link is pulling back right now. At support here at 748. Below we have support at 728, 725, 750. Again, those psychological round numbers coming back into play. But again, your trigger for a long, a very simple one, so easy a caveman can do it, is just to wait for a flip of the monthly open here at 763 and go long then. Right? But Link, one of the strongest coins in the market, that can also apply to ETH. Right? If we look at ETH here, go to a monthly chart, and we look at where this monthly candle opened. For anybody that doesn't know how to use TradingView, you can hover your mouse over the candle, and at the top of the screen over here, I was just going to point at my screen, but I realized that you guys can't see my finger, so I have to use my mouse. At the top of the screen, it will show you where the candle opens. That's an O here, right? So this monthly opened at $1,294.46. So again, we can just put a line there. $1,294.46. And again, just label it monthly open. So ETH is above 1280, which is very good, but it's below the monthly open. So if we can get above this monthly open and use that as support, that's when our trigger is met and qualified for the push up higher. Okay, so or 1294 is our monthly open, not 1284. So that's a very simple method, strategy that you guys can go ahead and do your own research on, back test it yourself, see how it works. But I've had success with it. But that would be a long trigger on ETH above 1294. Target would be 1330 to 1350. Let's see. Emad. Okay, I got a sleeper pick, AOIZ. So I think Rigoberto actually asked me about AOIZ last week. I know what it is. It's like it's a YouTube decentralized YouTube type of thing. AOS. It's on Coinbase. Monthly chart, not looking too hot. Looking pretty dead. Strong downtrend. I wouldn't touch this personally. Let's see if there's divergence. Yeah, I mean, this thing actually could rally a little bit. It already pumped nicely from this daily bullish divergence. I still wouldn't touch it. Too many other assets on the market to focus on this. But certainly an interesting project. I also know there was a pre-sale last year in 2021. So I don't know what the vesting schedule is, but probably there's some more tokens to be vested. So watch out for that. Glasshopper saying travel equals sanity. Absolutely. I traveled the world for 2 years straight, and I'm very glad that I did. Although at the end, I probably should have just come back sooner. Right, I was kind of wasting time at the end of that journey. Just got right into business instead of like wasting time. There is a point of diminishing returns for travel, but it is good to do it. Let's see, Ahmad. What's your December strategy leading to the new year? Well, I'm still bearish on the market. I do still think we get another push down lower as a final capitulation. We really haven't had a max capitulation scenario. Right? If we look at the BLX, we haven't really had one of these. Right? One of these March 2020s. With everything going on, FTX, all these crypto lending companies without any money, it's still very possible that we get, another one of these March 2020s. So, strategy now to start the month, I am bullish as I covered in the stream, but I do think we get another kind of capitulation to end that bear market, or to bottom the bear market at least. And remember, everybody's focused on the Fed pivot. When the Fed starts lowering interest rates, historically when the Fed pivots, everything crashes, right? That's when we see the biggest crash. So still bearish, but yeah, here in the short term, we'll see if we get this little rally. Ahmad says, it's crazy what SBF pumped ICP2, tempting to buy some now. Yeah, another kind of scam there was ICP. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and start wrapping up the live stream now. I hope you enjoy this one. I was going to make a regular YouTube video, but I was planning it. I was like, why don't I just go live? It's much easier to just speak my thoughts live instead of a video. So hope you guys enjoy the live stream. Just wanted to cover the market tonight, what I'm thinking on things, show you a few potential trade opportunities, trading setups, things that I am looking at right now. If you guys like the stream, don't forget to smash up that like button. If you're brand new to Crypto Empire and you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Support the channel. We're closing in on 30K subscribers. My algorithm is pretty dead, but we're going to pick it back up and get this channel popping again. Right, we'll get YouTube to start promoting my videos again, but that starts with you guys liking the video, so like it right now. I'll see you all later. Have an amazing Friday night. If it's Saturday already for you, have a great Saturday. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you guys tomorrow right here at Crypto Empire where we dominate the market. And then I'll be back here live again on Sunday where we're going live for the Sunday weekly live stream. Real quick before we end it. Big event tomorrow. We got Wonder Boy fighting. Wonder Boy is my favorite UFC fighter, guys. So, I took a little bit of a wager on it. Really not a good fight to bet on, but we'll see what happens. Gotta stand with my guy Wonder Boy. We'll see what happens. Looking forward to that fight night. Enjoy it yourselves. See you all in the next video.